So today we have a problem. I came over here this morning to feed my calves and everything was great yesterday morning, everything was great last night. But this morning, first thing I noticed was one calf missing and it was way over there in the distance on its own. So went over, had a look. I did turn this off, didn't I? No, I didn't. Yes, I did. A calf that stays on its own is always a problem. Here's it over here on its own, and this calf, as you can see, a quick look here where I'm putting it up. Do you see the calf, how much it's blowing? So watch the way it's breathing for starters. So do you see the quick panting? So yesterday even that calf was dead on. I didn't notice any problems with it, and it's pretty bad today. So to me, that's chill. It's pneumonia, and that's what's causing that, to get a bit of fluid built up in the lungs and the heavy panting starts like that. It's not uncommon this time of year for cows to get pneumonia. People seem to think pneumonia is only down to when the weather's really cold or something like that. It's not. You can get pneumonia any time of year. What's probably making it hard for cattle now that's outside is we have a real bad fog at night, and that bad fog that we're getting is soaking the calves and leaving them quite cold in the morning, and then you're getting that blaring sunshine during the daytime, 21, 22 degrees we're having now this last few days, and that equals a good chance of a calf getting a chill. So Nicole's with me here. We're going to put a fence across, get it into the yard now, and we're going to check it over. There's always something when you least expect it, when everything seems to be going well, something like this happens, and if you didn't treat that calf probably wouldn't live very long. We have to hook up a fence from here to that tree, and from that post to that post, and then walk them straight across here. And in theory, that should go to plan, like everything else. Could you take down that fence there? And that calf's laying over in that corner, and if I can put this tape across here, it should just run out on its own, because to be honest, I don't want the rest of these ones out with me if I can help it. Especially you, Bo. You're a nuisance. Go another bit. There you are. Right, so that's the calf in. So as you can see, look at the calf. You see that panting? It doesn't seem really bloated. There is a little bit of air there, but the calf did pass manure there. So we'll have to just watch that in case that starts to fill up later on. Yeah, so unusual one. Anyway, next thing we're going to do is take the calf's temperature. .5. So, Adrian had to do 2 runs back home to the farm. Just one of those days. Nicole's laughing at me here behind me, and she's probably right, because I realised I had no needle for starters, and there's no crack putting in medicine without a needle, so I had to go home and get the needle. And then the next thing when I come back, I realised I had the wrong medicine with me. I brought pen strip, which is absolutely no addition for this here. So I had to go back home to the fridge and get the right medicine. Yeah, just one of those days. Anyway, what we're going to give this calf is basically a mixture of 2 things. We're going to give it Marfloxacin, which basically is the same as Marbocil. Many of you farmers probably heard of Marbocil in your time as something to be commonly used to treat a respiratory infection or something like that. And then the vet suggested that we give a steroid as well. So in the fridge, we had this one here. And basically, you can look at the brand there yourself. I didn't really pick the brand on this one. It's just what was in the vets that time. So we're going to give it a little bit of this as well. So that should help. I'm hoping it will, but just to be on the safe side, to make sure the calf hasn't got any lodge, because I don't see any manure behind it, and I've only done a wee bit of manure coming out of the field. I'm going to give it a little bit of good old liquid paraffin. And those of you that don't know what liquid paraffin is, it's veterinary liquid paraffin. Well, let's put it this way. If whatever goes in doesn't come out, that will help it to come out. It's a laxative basically for cattle. So we're going to give it a little bit of that as well, and we're going to hopefully try to red out the pipes and get the thing flowing again. There we go. You rub the neck, get the neck nice and warm. The calf doesn't feel it as much. See there, nice and gentle, didn't really feel it that much. The far side for this one, a little rub again. And there we go. Simple as that. It's just gone 9:30 this morning, so I'll come back over here at about 4 or 5 o'clock check on it again, maybe even earlier than that, just to make sure there is no bloat there. And not expecting to see a huge improvement by then. Probably not see an improvement till tomorrow. That's what I'm expecting. Just give it 24 hours for the medicine to start doing its work. We'll have it back in again then tomorrow, and we will inject it again. We'll do that probably for 3 days. If the calf doesn't start to improve a lot by tomorrow, then we will have to take the calf in. I might even let the calf into this shed tonight, because it is giving that old fog and dew again, so I might try to keep that off the calf tonight. So I might do that, but otherwise should be okay. It's one of those things you just have to keep an eye on. It looks lively enough anyway. It doesn't look too bad. It's a kind of an old pettish type of a calf as well, courtesy of Nicole probably. Just going to leave all the fences as they are. We're going to turn back on the electric. We had to turn it off to hook up them little bits of wire there just to get the calf out of the field. If that calf's not well improved by tomorrow, the vet will be out and we'll have to get down to the root of it and see what is causing the problem. But fingers crossed, that'll be the end of it. Right, so the next job we're going to do is get these heifers moving. Right, come on. Come on. Come on, come on. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, they know where they're going. Usually when they see me, they know it's food. Come on. Come on, go back. Go on. That's it. That's them in that place. Let's get this here topped. Right, so a lot of people don't like music over these time lapses, so I'll do an old voiceover instead. So let's give it a crack. Round he goes there, and here he comes again, and around again he goes. And Lord Jesus, here he comes back again, and around again. That's unreal. Look at him go. Christ, if you could only do that in real life. That's great. Maybe the next time we'll tell a joke, sing a song, do something interesting to fill that old awkward silence where the music is missing. Come on now, you need done now. Hurry up. Come on, get it done. Jesus. Oh, you need done. Here he goes. Hey! Right, so that bit of top was done yesterday. And I'm back now with the case. Myself and Lena. And, do you know something? I've had enough of that seat. I've talked about it before. When I was doing a job on this tractor, getting the torque and the clutch unit done on her, I said I was going to change that seat. I never got round to doing it. But yesterday, I just had an absolute enough of it. The problem with it is, it's quite straightforward. Imagine yourself on a horse with no saddle, and our tin horse at that, and you bouncing around the field for a couple of miles. If you do that for long enough, you'll probably enjoy it as much as I enjoy that seat. It is a pain in the backside, quite literally. It would divide you in two. The cushion on is completely gone. It's got a big massive kind of a steel hump in the middle of it, and it's only hanging there, to be honest, as well. There's no point in putting any money into it. The seat's done. It's already sheared as well over here on the far side. There's a bolt sheared out of it there, so it's only on 3 bolts. and you look like someone who's after coming home from a really good night out, because every time you put your foot on the brake, you go way over to one side, and yeah, you kind of get what I mean. So time to get this seat out and get a new seat put into place. If it looks light, trust me, it ain't. Right, we have her out. What do you think, Hudson? Nah, I wouldn't think much of it either. That's that heap of junk out that has been crippling me for the past few years. Now, next thing we're going to have to do is give this a bit of a clean out and pull this mat out first and have a look underneath to see what's wrong, because I know there's bolts here that are completely wrong in place, especially that one up there. Have our floor out there now. Good news is it should be fairly easy to fix this. Now, emphasise the word, it should be easy. It's something I say a lot and rarely ever happens, but we'll take it out, get these bolts all sorted. You can see there's an awful mess of stuff in here too. We'll take some of that out, clean that up a wee bit as well, and we're at it. Good old pair of ice grips, as always. You gonna come out, or are you gonna be a jackass? These are actually studs that are in here, so I can pop a bolt in there if I can get this stud removed. Right, that's a lot cleaner. Next thing I have to do now is remove, these studs are okay, but remove this stud. I have to get some heat to it. It ain't gonna move without some heat being put to it. And then hopefully it will break free and the threads won't be damaged. If they are, we can rethread it anyway, not a big deal. And then we'll get a new bolt put in there in this place, and job's a good one. There we go. Little bit of heat works wonders. Alright, so this is our new seat. The old seat, new seat. It's a much better quality seat. It should be an awful lot more comfortable if it fits, but I can't see a reason why it won't fit. I'm not even sure what make it is. Is it a Grammer? There's usually Grammer be written somewhere on them. But anyway, we'll get it fitted. I can see straight away I'm missing a few bits and pieces for it. I'm going to have to go back and get them. The little plastic buys that keep this cover down. Maybe they're underneath it. I'll have a look. But anyway, for now, let's get it into the tractor. This ain't gonna be easy. Okay. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Little bit of a problem here. This seat is a little bit different than the other one. The other one had little legs that went down and fitted into these grooves because it probably was a genuine case seat. This one doesn't have that. So all I have to do to fill that groove, just put in 2 timber lats. It should be fine, a piece of timber like that, just to sit the seat on, and then bolt the bolts in on both sides, and that should be grand. That should hold the seat in its place. So our seat is now in, nice and secure. Next thing we're going to have to do now, and I absolutely was sure that they were left out of the packet, but they're in actually with the headrest over there, is easy little plastic clips. You just have to clip this on to keep this rubber down and stop any dust and things going on in there, and keeping that all lubricated. So that's what we're going to do now, and then that's that job done. To be right to hammer these in, you should use a glass hammer. Glass hammer is the best man for hammering in these. So go into any of your hardware places anywhere beside you and ask for a glass hammer, and if you've any problems, just tell them Adrian sent you. Now that's that job complete. Look at that. Only one way of knowing if it's any good or not. That's it. She's comfortable, and it doesn't have a big hump in the middle of it anymore. But a good seat. I'm glad I put that in now. Definitely going to make a big improvement to this tractor. It's comfortable, it's solid, it's not swerving all over the place. Good armrests as well. Adjustable back and forth, up and down. What more can you ask for? Job done. One thing about this tractor a lot of yous messaged me about is the exhaust. A lot of yous are talking about the exhaust. Adrian, get rid of that exhaust. To be honest with you, it's not in great shape. This kind of a sleeve up here holds water, and that water rusts it, and it is all pitted and rusted. It's badly rusted. It's actually about to bust through. But then the day I went up to pick up our demo in Martin's garage, I was talking to this young lad who was doing work placement there, and he had a case packed around the back, and he had an exhaust that he got made locally, very locally, just by a guy literally up the road from me at 16 years old. Made a stainless exhaust. Made it from scratch. Father's an engineer. I don't really know them personally, but I heard his father does a bit of engineer work, and this young lad was great. He didn't actually want to get mentioned. I was fine with that. I totally understand. He's only 16 years of age. He's actually quite busy himself, and he doesn't really want the extra publicity or the extra work. I can fully respect that. But I have to say, when I seen the other guy's exhaust on, it caught my eye, and it looked to be really, really well made. So I got his number, contacted him, and I just said to him, you know what? Make me one. Make me one similar to what the other guy has, because it looks really good, and it'll set this tractor off. Now, I know a lot of you guys won't like this type of exhaust. I understand that, but I do. On the last 698 I had, 698T, it had the similar exhaust on it, and I liked it. It was nice and it was neat and looked the part. So that's what we're going to put on now. Let's get at it. There we go. Just need a bit of leverage. There we go. Right, so I'm over here now, getting ready to bring in the cows. It's milking time. It's actually a wee bit by milking time, a wee bit behind this evening. But I'm going to top this field here just before I bring in the cows that was grazed yesterday. But that's that exhaust on. Now, I know a lot of yous won't like it, and some of yous will love it. That's just a personal preference. I like it. I like it. I think it looks really well. I had it on a tractor before, 698T, and when there's a turbo on, it gives a lovely little whistle. Yes, you can take the fella out of the race car, but you can never take the race car out of the fella. Sounds a little different. Not much different, just a little bit of a deeper tune to it. But I think it looks great. I have to say, it's so well made. That's it. That's the new seat in her. The exhaust fitted, a few jobs done to her now. She's running great, running sweet. Ever since that job was done with the water pump, the thermostat, the new radiator, do you know what? It made a job of her. She's running lovely and cool there now, and at least the dash works, and I can see what kind of temperature she is running at, and she's running great. New tyres, loader, How could you go wrong? A great starter to have around the yard. Anyway, I'm going to leave it for there now. It's still very, very warm. Hopefully this weather will keep up and we might get our third cut mowed out next week. Hopefully it's just not really ready to cut yet. There's not enough on it, but it's growing really well, really fast. So hopefully the weather does hold up to next week. We might get it mowed out next week and get our baling done and get all of our silage completed and out of the way. I'll give you an update on that calf on the next video or the video after, let you know how that calf done. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm going to go over and look at it now after milking and see how it's doing. I'm hoping to see a little bit of improvement. I definitely don't want to see it deteriorating anymore, because then we will have to get the vet out, because you never know. If it's chill, it should ease off tonight. I think I will go over and put it in, because it is given another chilly night tonight with that fog that kind of lingers about, and that doesn't help cattle when they're outside. So I may just put it into the slad house tonight just to shelter it from that, and hopefully tomorrow, all going well, we will see an improvement. But folks, thanks very much for watching as always. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that sub button, give us a like. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, links is all down in the description. Until the next one, we'll talk to you again.